Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Seraph Syndrome. I am your DM, known as Fungi Fisheye or Danny to close friends. I'm joined by my two lovely co-hosts. If you guys would love to say hi.
Hello, I'm Noelle and I play Stella Starweaver.
Hi, I'm Tiny and I play Akia Selene.
And let's get right into the recap. On the last episode of Seraph Syndrome, our heroes continued inwards to Latore. Both Stella and Akia decided that they should handle their urgent mission first. They decided to case Latore, traversing the inner walls of Latore until they found the bloodletter named Gully, braced up against the wall. A grievous wound that he has been failing to nurse for 3 days ached so badly that he pled with the party to lop it off, which Igrim did suddenly and swiftly. After that, Stella escorted Gully to safety and allowed him to find respite on the porch of a nearby abandoned home. Igrim stood over Gully, standing guard while he got his rest. Whilst he got his rest, Stella and Akia continued into the town of Latore to do any sort of investigating. They started with the watchtower of Latore, which was built on the sides of a large sempervirine tree. They continued until impeded by a door. That word was hard. After reluctantly turning back, they looked towards another place of interest, the chapel. They walked along the halls, torn and ragged, and found a book with holy scriptures that are ruined. Stella then noticed a trapdoor that was beneath the lectern and decided to uncover it. As they both went downwards into the depths, they investigated separate parts of the cellar. Akia found some gold and some barrels of salt, while Stella found a bedside diary, electing to read an open page. As soon as she finished reading the diary, a figure of an angel clad in priestly attire stood up from the corner of the room. It raised an ichor staff towards Akia and Stella. And that is where we pick up, as golden light shimmers brightly through the cellar. You guys see that the Desecrated, as I described before, an angel missing its face, with golden spears running down its spine, and a body that is distorted, yet startlingly beautiful. Roll me initiative.
Oh god. Okay.
All of us?
All of us. I
Ah.
will roll
Okay.
for Igrim, since you are also presumably going to call for him, maybe.
Ikra!
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Okay, baby. 19, baby. Yeah.
All right, and Igrim got an 18 for when you guys call for him.
I also
Wait.
got an 18.
And starting first is the angel that caught you off guard. You see as the Desecrated, with its face missing, looks towards you, Stella, being the one in its views, being the one who has caught sight of it. You feel a golden presence. It's as if aura is peeling from the innards of this staff. The ichor is almost creating a smog, and you're 10 feet within the aura. Just letting you know. It doesn't do anything right now. But
Okay.
the Desecrated is going to move towards you, and
Ooh.
with a body that is calm and still, not a single movement wasted. It takes this staff, he takes the blunt end, rotates it, and then rams it into your side.
Oh.
And
Oh my God.
that is a 20 to hit, and that is
Ah!
14 damage.
Oh!
Oh my god.
And both of you, or wait, no, just Stella, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
We just started, man.
A 9 or a 10? 10.
A 10. That unfortunately fails. As that fails, I'm going to... Stella, you see as blinding golden light begins to engulf your body. It makes you close your eyes, and you have disadvantage on your next attack.
It makes me close my eyes. Oh.
Yep. And that is going to go to you, Akia.
I feel like she immediately just screams out for Igrim.
You scream out for Igrim. Your voice rings loud through the hollowed cathedral. As your voice rings out, let's see. There's not really a check I can do, but Igrim is being vigilant, so I'll let him roll perception with advantage.
Oh, Igrim, please.
I'm going to put the DC in front of you guys and roll it in front of you as well. I'm going to say this is going to be a DC 13, relatively easy, but you guys are at the bottom of a cathedral. Even though it is hollow, your voice will carry. So, with advantage, that is going to be a 13, which is exactly the DC.
Oh my god. Okay.
Igrim, my
You
love.
yell out. You don't know if Igrim heard you. But as your voice rings out, is there anything else you want to do, Akia?
I feel like Stella, how's Stella doing?
You look over at Stella, and I'd say visibly, you see the blunt impact. Is Stella's stomach revealed through her outfit? Or
Yes,
is that
it is.
very... You see that it is visibly bruised. Like, and you heard a crack.
I feel like she goes over to Stella and starts like looking at her wounds and is just like, are you okay?
No. Not at all.
I'm still new to this magic thing, so let me see if I can do something. And she just puts her hands and starts like hoping something happens, and because she doesn't know what she's doing, and she's gonna cast healing word on her.
As you put your hands, you kind of emulate what Stella did to heal people before. And as your voice rings out, as you say, I hope, you, Stella, feel those words ring through your body, and the spell cast. Roll to heal.
11.
11 health, back to Stella.
Thank you, Akia.
Oh, thank God it worked.
And is that the end of your turn, Akia?
Yes.
All right. As you have entered this field, actually, no, that's not how it works. All right, you're all good. So that is going to go to Igrim's turn. You
We have
guys
been
hear the
spared.
clattering of armor above the, like in the floor above you, so in the ceiling. You see as dust begins to trickle down from the roof, and he begins to look. For the audience, you see as Igrim looks left, right, trying to understand where the hell you guys could have gone. I'm going to roll a...
Oh, our poor Grim.
He doesn't know where you guys are.
Oh.
But I'm going to roll a perception check to see if he can figure it out. That's a dirty 20. Igrim very quickly
he vibes.
begins to case the innards of the church, just kind of running through. And he sees the trap door. He knocks over the priest lectern and begins to rush down the stairs. And you see as the staircase gives way and Igrim falls down through the stairs due to the heavy weight of his armor.
Igrim!
You just hear a thunk, thunk.
Yeah, you hear a thunk. Igrim is gonna take 6 damage as he slams against the floor.
Oh.
He is still
Actually-
standing, but he is half in the stairs.
I realize I don't even see that. I don't even know what's happening. I'm just like,
You
huh? What was that?
you hear a
I feel
loud
like
bang
Kia
and the
just has
clatter of
whiplash.
metal.
Look, she's just like, he fell. Huh? Grim fell down the stairs.
Okay.
All right.
But he's here.
And that is going to
goodness.
go to. He can't attack on his turn. It took his whole movement to get there. So
Hey, he's here. He's here.
he is here. He's here. So that is going to go to you, Stella. You are blinded right now. So any attacks you make towards the Desecrated is with disadvantage, if you so choose to do that.
Yeah.
And
I
Stella.
was gonna.
You are starting 10 feet in front of the Desecrated. You
Uh-huh.
feel as this golden aura that is emanating off of the staff almost blows your hair back. And Akia, you feel this too, but you're not affected yet. And as this smog peels towards you, it almost enters through your body's pores, and you're going to take 3 necrotic damage.
Oh my god. Okay.
And what do you do on your turn?
I think I'm just gonna try to move back. I'm gonna try to move away from it, I think.
All right, you try to move back. Are you disengaging? It won't kick you out of the combat. It'll
Yes.
just have you not be able to get hit when you're moving back.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna disengage.
All right. You disengage. You have to kind of like roll over the bed behind you, Stella, and you are now like behind the bed. Are you gonna take your full movement and go anywhere with your 30 feet?
How far can I go?
You can go to depending on where you want to go, the center of the room, or like by a grim, that's like the very back end of the room, is just about, I'd say 20 feet away.
Okay, I'll move towards there.
You move towards where you heard that loud bang, and as you are ending your turn, Stella, you feel as your vision begins to regain, and even though it's hazy and blurry and your eyes have to adjust to the darkness again, you just see a Grim sticking halfway out of the staircase.
Huh. I'm glad you made it here safe at least.
He gives you a solid thumbs up.
I love that boy.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that's the end of my turn.
Got you. That's going to go to Gully. Gully was woken up by the sound of battle. He heard you guys struggling, and even though he's exhausted, even though his body is barely holding on as is, he can't even make it in. You see or the viewers would see as Gully begins to, on his hands and knees, crawl into the cathedral. You see, he, with his elbow and his chin, he kind of forces his way up inside, but he can't get all the way to the cellar. That is going to be the end of Gully's turn. And that is going to go to the Desecrated. The Desecrated is now only in front of you, Akia. So, you see as it twirls this staff, it almost mournfully, its movement sad. It pushes the staff onto the ground, using it as a crutch. As it touches the ground, you see as radiant light expels from the bottom of the staff in, let me see if this hits you. That is a 10 to hit.
It doesn't.
Miss. All right. That is going to be the end of the Desecrated's turn. And after that is you, Akia.
So since... Okay. I feel like she looks at it in mournful face.
You look saddened by this creature. What's going through your head as you witness this priest?
I feel like she feels sadness for him, but then she is remembering back to her priest.
The face of Ravanair almost overshadows and overlaps the Desecrated. You see that face that, although it looked kind, used everyone's belief to manipulate them. You don't know for what, but that thought irritates you. I assume.
Yes.
Akia, with those feelings swirling around you, what do you do on your turn?
I feel like she extends her hand and just grips it. And with that, she does chill touch.
As
on him.
you extend your hand and go to touch this angel, before you can, you are in this thing's aura. This golden aura that is swirling around it, glimmering like thousands of grains of sand dripping through an hourglass, all wrapping around its body. You are going to take 8 necrotic damage. You feel like this swirling gold is peeling away your very life. But you touch it anyway. Roll to hit.
17.
17. That is absolutely going to hit the Desecrated. How much damage do you want to do?
I can
Or how much
decide?
damage are you gonna... No. I mean like roll.
Oh,
roll,
I was
sorry.
like, hello?
That'd be crazy.
That would be wild. She does 1
1
damage.
As a chill washes over its body, as a new patch of... I believe chill touch is necrotic as well.
Yes, it is.
As your necrotic energy fights against this one's, as you feel that ice through your veins, you deal this damage to it. Is there anything you're gonna do? Are you gonna move away? What's up?
I feel like with feeling like the damage, the necrotic damage, she like starts to like back away from it and clutching her hand.
If you back up right now, you're going to take an opportunity attack from the Desecrated.
Then I feel like she would just take her hand away from him and then clutch it.
You peel away your hand. It's still slicked with the frost of the undeath. And you look up at it again. Your feelings mixed. And that is going to go to Igrim's turn. Igrim steps out of the rubble, almost breaking through the rest of the stairs, and rushes towards the Desecrated. And he leaps forward, and he instantly, brutally slams his greatsword right onto its ribs. That is a nat 1 to hit. Absolutely not hitting. Igrim has already used his action surge for today, so that is all he gets. At the end of his turn, though, he is going to use his second wind and gain a 1d10 health. That is going to be... Holy shit, max health. He's going to gain 13 health back. And
Baby.
that is going to be the end of Igrim's turn. That is going to go to you, Stella. Igrim's greatsword, while you're deciding what to do, Igrim's greatsword slashes and slams against the stone. The Desecrated looks at Igrim with its hollowed face, nothing within.
I just witnessed this battle, just in complete shock, eyes wide. and I just go, is there any way we could maybe trap it here? Must we continue to fight?
Igrim personally just gives, like, with his other hand that is not hitting with the greatsword. Oh, by the way, he does actually do damage. He does graze the Desecrated. He
Graze.
looks over at you and gives a thumbs down.
I feel like she wouldn't look, but she would look to the side and be like, I don't know. And just keep looking forward. Doesn't know how to feel.
This is just cruel. Well, whatever must happen. I'll just stay back and make sure everyone's okay at least. Kia, how are you feeling?
Not so good.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to use healing word on Akia.
As
Second level healing word.
you go to heal Akia for 9 damage.
Yeah.
All right. And is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that is the end of my turn.
All right. That is going to go to Gully. Gully continues to crawl through the cathedral. He pulls himself step by step. You hear as the rags above begin to be ruffled. He pulls, he claws his way forward. And I'd say at the end of his turn, he finds the trap door and he looks downwards at you all through the dimly lit basement. And he holds out his hand and he just goes, I'm not gonna lay down while other people do my work. And he is going to roll to hit. That is a 14 to hit, which is absolutely hitting the Desecrated.
Oh my god.
And he is going to do 2d6 thunder damage right to the Desecrated. And that is going to be 8 damage. As you see, an arc of thunder rips through the dark basement air. And it strikes into the Desecrated, making it knock back a little bit. Gully is huffing. Oh, wait, he should have done that with disadvantage. Let me just roll again, just to make sure. He would have hit anyway.
Oh.
All right. That is going to go to the Desecrated's turn, who is definitely not as willing to let you guys go. You see, with these movements of an old man wielding a cane, he steps forward, he slams the staff down. Akia and Igrim are right in front of him. You feel this intense storm of necrotic energy. These golden flakes continue to spiral around him, and he is going to fixate on Igrim. That's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a nat 20. Okay, so that's going to be 4d6 damage, which is going to be 15 plus 3. That is going to be 18 damage straight to Igrim. You see as Igrim gets rattled by the large force of this staff sweeping against the side of his armor. And he is going to make a DC 13 con save. Fail. That's 8. So Igrim is now also blinded. And that is going to be the end of the Desecrated turn. That's going to go to your turn, Akia.
I feel like she would see that happen and then just be like, leave him alone. And then she would do Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. All right, roll to hit. This is going to be at disadvantage because you're in front of him.
Aye. I mean, now, if we roll nicely.
Still hits. Still hits. 100% still hits.
Ooh, let's
Holy
go.
shit. That's 25 to hit.
baby.
All right.
12!
12 damage. Akia, the power of the Eldritch, as you feel the need to push your enemy away, you conjure this swirling ball of magics. The Desecrated turns its head towards you as it feels the concentration of this energy. You ball it, and then you push it forward, and a beam arcs from your hand, pushing the Desecrated and leaving a gaping wound. It tears through the priestly robes, and it staggered. All right, is there anything else you want to do?
Hear nothing she's doing, but she's doing something good, I guess.
All right, Akia, you are still in front of it. I'm going to roll a d10. You are going to take 2 more necrotic damage.
Thanks.
All right, this is Igrim's turn. Next up is Stella's. Igrim is going to roll to hit again. That is going to be a 21 to hit. That is going to be 8 damage. He is going to use his feature, which is going to be Savage Attacker. He is going to roll again to see if he could do even more damage. That is going to be 13 damage straight to the Desecrated. You see Igrim ruthlessly pushes the sword deep into the Desecrated's chest. He pulls upward, ripping the sword along its spine, spilling golden ichor upwards and outwards, covering the room in this spray of gold as he cleaves it in twain. As Igrim lands this final blow, you see as the Desecrated falls forwards onto its knees in front of Igrim. Even though its body is split in half, you see as its hands slowly come together. They clasp as if it was praying on its knees, as its head, even though it is falling to either side of its body, they bend forward and touch the floor. And as it hits the floor, you see as this body of the Desecrated, the priest, begins to crumble. It cracks into several, pieces of glass, like stained glass or ivory. Gold runs through it. The ichor finishes spilling from its body. And it slowly, in front of you, crumbles into nothingness. And Igrim, once again, slashes the ichor off the blade, spilling it onto the floor, and then he walks over the corpse and towards Gully, holding his hand out to tell him to stop.
I look at my hands for a second in distress, but as I come back to reality, I kind of look up at Gully, and I'm just like, Gully, Colfair, what are you doing here?
It's okay, you can call me Gully. I just heard a noise. I heard Igrim run away, and I just wanted to make sure that no one was in danger.
That's completely fine. You should worry more about yourself.
As you say that, you see as Gully goes, "Oh, right." And his eyes quickly lose their light, and he falls face first on the floor.
Gully, oh.
Oh.
What are we going to do? I look back towards the desecrated. Maybe we should focus on getting out of here first.
Akia's just lingering, looking at the desecrated.
As you guys look at it, you, Akia, would have seen the desecrated. The way he is crouched down, as his body fades into nothingness, but glimmers of gold. This is the same pose that your mother would kneel in before Ravenel, praying.
He would just grimace at it, a little face of disgust.
Is there anything you guys are going to do now in this basement as finally and slowly the desecrated disappears? Like ash on the wind.
Are you both alright? I don't really have much magic left, but if anyone is in need of healing, I can help.
Igrim just raises his hand.
Oh, alright. Here, I got you. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
I love that man.
17. Good
Damn,
Lord.
girl. Pass that over to me.
With 17 health back to Igrim, Igrim just gives you a thumbs up and a pat on the shoulder as he begins to inspect the staircase that he crashed through.
Is there anything underneath the staircase, or is it just...
This was a very, thin staircase. There was nothing really underneath it. If you want to roll, to look closer, be my guest. There's just some debris on top of anything that could have been there.
Yeah, I'll look closer. So, investigation?
Yes, please.
Okay. 12.
With a 12, you walk over to the staircase and begin to look under it, inspecting for any more things or belongings that could have been in the cellar. As you uncover the wood, moving it out of the way slowly, you see that there is a small trunk that is now cracked open thoroughly because of a Grim falling on it.
Can I see what's inside it from here?
You see in this little treasure box are personal belongings. They look to be pieces of parchment, if you would like to investigate further.
I love me some investigating.
All right. As you pick up the paper and begin to read into what is there, you begin to see that these are what seem to be wishes that people would impart onto the church. Be it children, be it the people who were relegated to the post. Visitors, dwarves, offering prayers and alms. And within this small box, you find a particularly sparkly jewel. You find an emerald.
Oh. I take it in my hand and just inspect it, turning it.
after you turn it, you see that there is a little piece of parchment that is tacked onto it. Not really like pierced, but like kind of glued onto it, onto the back side of it.
I kind of I take it off of the emerald.
You see in the handwriting of a very, very neat person. You can tell that every letter is evenly spaced. Every sentence is well crafted. They say, "My young man, my young boy, you have done so great a work, spreading your word, your truth of Calrunia upon the land. I apologize that we cannot see each other face to face very much, my son. Please, do not work too hard. And when times become dire, or if you are ever needing a treat, I received this gemstone from a dear friend of mine. Sell it to whoever you may, and treat yourself, because you deserve so much better for doing God's work. With Karunia's blessing, Heart, Mom."
I read this letter, and I think my lips quiver a bit, and I look at the emerald and I think I'm gonna put it back.
You gently place this gemstone down in the rubble in the ruin and leave it there. Akia, while that's happening, is there anything you would like to do or investigate?
I feel like she would investigate her surroundings a little bit.
Yeah, just as easily. You see that there are those crates that you were inspecting earlier, and now you would see the diary that is fallen and tumbled onto the floor.
I feel like she would look at it.
You look at it. Half of the page is submerged in ichor, but it's faced up. You read those heartfelt messages and those cries for a greater being to come help. Even though everyone has lost hope, this man didn't.
I feel like she would bite her lip and start quivering a little bit. Reading it.
As you are investigating these things, and each of you are in your own moment, you see as a Grim haphazardly breaks down one of the crates and just places the plank on top of the stairs, conjoining them so you guys can get a safe way up. And he begins to move up and just grabs Gully.
I turn towards Akia and I just go, Is everything all right?
He had all that hope. And for what? Nobody came. And she grips the diary more.
Well, it's as you said. Everyone's looking for something to cling on to. even though no one really knows what could be out there. When everything seems so hopeless, what else is there to do but find something to hope for?
Maybe that very hope can be our downfall. And she just puts the diary down.
I start walking up the stairs and I usher Akia to follow.
She just follows behind, very slowly.
You guys walk up the creaky staircase and the very shaky box that was placed there to help you guys step over. And you guys make your way up to the front end of the church. You see everything is just as it was before, covered in graffiti and broken down. You see a Grim is just grabbing Gully with one... He's like kind of flinging Gully over his shoulder. And
Like a
carrying
potato
Gully.
sack?
Pretty much.
Wow. Probably weighs nothing to him.
Maybe.
Maybe. As we're walking behind, I turn towards Akia and I just go, "Is there anything that you believe in?"
Not really. I lived somewhere where we were taught to believe in someone. But I never did.
I see. It's always fair to not know. Everyone needs that kind of thing, I assume.
Maybe. But there is always others that could take advantage of that. That hope.
That is true. I suppose the Seraphs are not the only thing to worry about. But there are also people who do genuinely want to believe. And they dedicate their lives to those beliefs.
The gods that never will come.
I suppose. I can't say for sure if they would or wouldn't. All I look for is answers in the stars. They see all. And I can only hope to grasp at least even a bit of that knowledge.
She just chuckles and just. I feel like the stars will have more answers than the gods will. At least that's a little more trustworthy.
Maybe so. If you ever want to get in touch with them, I have connections.
She starts to giggle.
As you guys giggle, and I assume you're walking out of the church as you guys are having this conversation, the forest of Latore sings its naturey song as the daylight peers through the giant sempervirine tree, and gold rays of light simmer down onto the ground. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
We still have some places to check out.
True.
We still got, I think, is the smithy and the tavern. I think are the only two places we haven't gone to.
Yeah, I think so. And then
Eeny,
also
meeny,
trying to
miny,
get
mo.
to that third level.
That is true. I feel like we would need a Grim for that third level.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, we Grim!
We could probably check out the smithy for now.
Yeah. Maybe something good would be found there.
Alright, you guys are heading to the smithy then?
Yeah.
As you guys walk towards the smithy, you see it's a small building made of stacked slate and reinforced with various metal plates. The majority of the building is dome-shaped, each of the stones carefully placed to maintain that slope. The front face of it transitions into a rectangular shape, thicker and heavier stones forming the archway over the door. And potted plants have grown over the pots, spilling out all over the structure. And you guys see the doors are kind of blunt. They don't look heavy at all. Not as heaving as the third story doors.
Oh, thank God.
Please. We're not strong enough.
But who's pushing them open?
I feel like we would help each other. Thinking
Alright.
everything now is
Conditions.
we just assume everything is just heavy now.
As you guys push the door open, a scraping noise is echoing through this hollow building. As the doors fully swing open and the stone stops to scrape, you hear the sound of metal, blunt, but what sounds like to be a chime. It just sounds more like tung.
Oh.
I just look around at our immediate surroundings.
You see what's housed in this immediate area, the immediate vicinity, is just what looks to be more well-conditioned weapons than you're used to finding. Or not really weapons. More like farming utensils and other supplies that aren't too useful to you.
Oh.
These seem to be very run-of-the-mill utensils that are for the people who lived here. You see that there's moldy wooden shelving units that are strewn up against the walls, and they kind of coat the surface with this dirty and black spotted feel.
Oh.
You also see directly in front of you there is a wooden desk with a red, dirtied tablecloth that sits undisturbed.
Could I go behind the desk and look around?
You move behind this desk and you begin to look around at the several little cubbies and shelves beneath it. You see that. I'll have you roll me an investigation check and let's see what you find.
Okay. Okay, that's a 9.
You don't really find anything of particular use, Stella. There is. It seems that a lot of the important items were cleared out from whatever time this place was left.
Mm.
The most you find are a couple of loose coins just left in an empty cubby. I'd say you find about 3.
No, okay. It's something. I'll take what I can get, I suppose.
Anything else you guys would like to do in here?
I feel like Akia would also be looking around.
Yeah, you poke around and look in several other places. Roll me an investigation check for you, Akia.
Where is it? Where are you? 14.
14. All right. You find a little bit more. You find
Yay!
that as you rattle one of the empty, or seemingly empty, drawers, you find that there is a inventory log and sale receipts within the drawers. They're just loosely drawn on parchment, and the paper is definitely eroding from the amount of time it's sit through. You see silverfish have dug their way through the pages, but from what you can tell, it seems to just have been what has been sold here.
Can I read it?
Yeah, from what little you can
Yay.
read, you glean the information that, hey, this is a smithy, but it's not a weaponsmith. This is more where people came to buy pots, pans, household things. Occasionally you find specialty orders for weapons or hooks, but that's about it. I would say you also spot that there's a back room.
I feel like she would just be like, my mom would like this. And then just put it down, and that's when she spots the back room and goes to it.
You spot the back room and you open up this creaky wooden door as it lets out another squeak that almost hurts your ears and echoes through the empty stone of this building. You see that in here there's an anvil and a couple of more specialized blacksmith equipment. You see hammers and tool racks, a hearth that is extinguished.
I feel like she feels a shiver down her spine when she hears the creak. She's just like,
Hey. Stella kind of pokes her head out like, oh goodness, what is that?
I don't know. I don't like this.
I guess that's what happens with age, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe.
What's over here? And I just peek my head through the door behind her.
Yeah, Stella, you would see the same thing. There are just a bunch of blacksmithing equipment, anvils, and extinguished hearth. You see that there are some crates in the corner of the rooms that house several different... I'd say they're even spilling out, that's how you know. of raw materials for smelting.
Ah, poo.
Huh?
Stuff that seems a little too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he Grim.
Wow, it seems like we could really use some strength in a lot of things.
Everything is so heavy.
It's a good thing we've got someone much stronger now. Maybe we could have him look around with us a bit.
Yeah. We should go find him.
Yeah, let's go. Maybe we can open that dastardly door.
Ah. The door.
I start walking out to go find him.
You walk through the blacksmith and exit out of the door. As you come outside again, you see that Igrim is not too far out of sight. He's just back where he was at initially, letting Gully rest on the porch of a nearby home.
Oh. Grim?
He looks over at you.
Um, we need your help with the door.
Estelle just nods.
In the tree, if
He
you would mind.
he looks at you and then he looks back at Gully and then he points at Gully.
Ah, I can stay with him if you would accompany Stella.
He just shrugs and just picks up Gully and throws him over his shoulder again.
Oh, or that works too.
Yeah, that works too. I guess. Is he
Now
okay?
the whole group's together.
Team. Is he okay though?
Yeah, I look around at Grim and look at Gully's face.
Gully looks like he is experiencing a lot of agony, but he's too
Gonna throw up.
tired to wake up.
Oh goodness.
Oh. Good enough. I hope.
I think so. I don't think he can even tell what's going on right now.
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't either.
Right? Can you imagine 3 days?
I think I would just die. Seems more merciful.
True.
The sweet
It seems-
relief of death.
Yes, the sweet relief of death. Is everything
She just starts
okay?
nodding. She just starts nodding like, yes.
Gully just furrows his brow in his sleeve.
Ooh, I
But
feel like
you
we just start
guys-
walking over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys see as Gulfair Gully is carried up the stairs by a Grim like a sad sack of potatoes, and a Grim just accompanies you guys all the way to the 3rd floor. And we won't go through everything. You guys have already been through most. But as you guys get to the
Yeah.
front doors, a Grim, as you guys get to the 3rd floor, a Grim looks at you and just like picks back up Gully and tries to hand him off to you.
To both of us?
Yeah,
Well, I guess if we both
Oh.
carry
oh,
like one end, maybe.
Hopefully. Do you want his head or his legs?
I'll take his head.
Okay, I'll get his legs. Heave ho!
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys carry his Stella, you carry his head, and
His body.
Akia, you carry his body, and he is still startlingly heavy. He's around 6 foot tall. He's grown.
Oh my
Oh wait, no. Wait, he is not 6 foot tall. Rewind, pull it back. He's 5'10". So he's still big. He's still very big.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah, still
Close
close.
10. Close enough. But you guys lift Gully. He's kind of a heaving man. And Igrim just faces the door, and he is going to make a strength check or an athletic.
To all my
too.
5'10" people, you're close enough to 6.
How
It
I
counts.
envy you.
Close enough.
But yeah,
Oh my
you
god.
see, as Igrim
Lord.
just like clenches his fist and punches through the door, and you hear as they both
Oh.
creak wide open.
I guess that works.
Impressive.
He
Scary.
puts down the fist that he punched the door with, and then uses his other hand to give you a thumbs up, and walks in.
Oh, can you take Gully back?
Help. Help.
Oh, Igrim looks around for a second and just goes. He nods and picks back up Gully like he weighs nothing.
Okay. Whew. Okay, thank you.
I think we need more arm strength.
I think so.
I had a stupid thought.
Oh
What?
god.
Stella
Just
was
say
grabbing
it.
his head, so Gully was just like laying on her chest.
I knew it.
It's like that
I
free
know
run
what you
clip.
are.
Yeah, Gully just while he was in Stella's arms just goes, soft. And then he gets back on a Grimm's shoulder and he goes, oh.
Lord.
This sharp plating of a Grimm's armor jabbing into his ribs.
Oh no.
But as you guys reach the third and final floor of the watchtower, the remains of a cozy place opens out to you. The floors are coated in thick dead leaves, giving off the acrid smell of decay. Walls tiled with cobblestone, and lanterns hung across branches that form the roof of this structure. Each of these lanterns next to a stack of beds and frames. You also hear the abundant sound of flies buzzing through the air.
Oh, how lovely. Are there
don't-
any?
I don't like this.
It's definitely abandoned.
Very.
All these flies. I wonder how they even gathered in here.
Dead bodies do linger a lot in dead bodies. So maybe there's a corpse.
Stella just kind of turns to Akia with her eyes wide.
She just has the most, like, plain face of, like, yeah.
I hope not.
Well, hope is little. And she just keeps walking forward.
Hey, Grim, do you see any corpses?
Igrim just is like investigating the beds. He like smacks the cushion with one of his free hand, and he sees as it like dozens of bugs crawl out from under, and he just shakes his head.
Okay. Well,
I guess
that's
your hope was
good.
strong.
What is happening?
So, anything you guys want to investigate?
Yeah.
Are there any bookshelves in here? Or any papers?
Books.
There aren't really bookshelves. You can tell that, I think from a glance, Stella, that this is clearly bunks. These are sleeping quarters,
Mm.
that are completely covered in acrid, dead leaves.
Okay.
Is there
So
any
if you want to
drawers?
fish for anything, you're probably going to have to move your hands beneath all of this decaying leaves.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You see that there are
How
mounds that grow
nice.
higher than the others.
Oh. Delicious.
Is there like any like drawers or anything?
There you could see that. I think there is probably a litany of wardrobes that are like wardrobes, kind of lockers that are across one of the walls.
I feel like Akia would go to those. Rummage through.
As you begin to rummage through, you see that there are a couple of like a couple of cobwebs and spider webs in here. They crawl out towards you as you open them. But beneath them, you see that there are bows and arrows. There are several. They are held up on racks. There are also spare clothes, green cloaks with the emblems of a open book, and shards of purple and blue glass.
I found some weapons here. I think some bows, some arrows. That could be useful.
Oh.
I did also find some robes.
Oh. It could be useful to have some extra fabric. Can I use a bow?
Can you?
I can use a crossbow.
So probably not.
So no,
Damn.
not this.
I was
type
like, close
of bow.
enough. Same thing. It's not.
Yeah. I pick up one of the bows and try to replicate using it, but I just don't know what I'm doing clearly.
Yeah, as you
Not sure if I
pull
could
the
use this.
as you pull the string without having an arrow taut, you see as the string just comes undone in your hand.
Oh,
I think I can, though. Simple weapons. Does that count?
Are bows simple weapons?
I feel like they are.
I don't
Maybe.
know.
I don't know
I'll
either.
double check. They
Double
mark if
check.
they're simple weapons. As you guys are doing that, is there anything else you guys want to do?
I think I'll look around the beds. Like, after seeing the diary that was left behind by the priest, I think I kind of look for anything that could be left behind by people.
You look for anything that can be left behind by people, and you check the bedsides. Do you stick your hand into the rotting leaves?
Sure, why not?
As you push your hands through, the squirming and squelching of rot and bugs and viscera runs between your fingers as you try to grasp at anything that could be under. It doesn't take long before you do find that there are trunks buried beneath some of these leaves at the higher mounds and by the foot of the beds.
Oh. I try to open one of the trunks.
You open one of these trunks. They're not particularly locked, they're just latched shut. As you pull it open, you see that some of the bugs have worked their way inside through the creaks and the crevices and the panels between the woods. But as you pull it open, you see that there are more sets of personal clothes. What seems to be their casual wear. You also see that there are some coin purses here.
Oh. Okay. I take the coin purses.
as you reach in and grab the coin purses, I'm gonna roll it for you. Let's see. You pull out, I'll say collectively as you go through these trunks, you pull out around 76 coins, gold coins.
Oh,
76?
mama.
Oh my god.
We're rich.
Money. Aside from that, I have found more clothes. Well, seems more like casual wear than anything.
You also see that there are some personal journals and field journals. What seems to be.
I feel like as you say that, Akia just turns around with all the robes that she got, and she's like, do you still want these though?
Yes, we could take them. I have a bag that can carry quite a lot. So,
Okay. She kind of just like waddles towards you with all the robes she finds.
see, how do we fit these in here?
I mean, a Grim just kind of shoved them in there.
I just hold the bag open while Akia just like tries to shove
Just
them
shoving
in.
them in them.
She's
You
like,
hold it open. And as you hold it open, it actually doesn't take much effort. As you push the clothes in, they almost startlingly fall in and disappear into the endless swirling void in the bag.
A shiver goes down her spine. She's like, I really don't like this bag.
I'm
I
not
really
sure you'll ever be able
don't.
to get used to that.
No.
So now I'll say you guys have 3 sets of Kojurn Ranger outfits.
Play.
But yeah, as I said before, Stella, you find a small journal in one of these in one of these trunks as well.
Okay, I just open a random page.
You open a random page, and you see some of the pages have fallen to mold and mildew. The decay of the pages is certainly palpable, but they do not crumble, and some words are even legible. After flipping through some of these piles of decay, the first legible page is in the center of this book. It details this person's want to see his family more. You see, after that, it details an occurrence where the sky turned gold. A large flash of brilliant light covered the heavens, and towards the end of the book, he writes with palpable fear and a shaky hand. Their bodies are changing, and that is the last page in this book that has words.
Okay.
You would see
Does...
this.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, have I ever seen something like that happen before?
A flash
like
of gold in the sky?
Yeah, and any of the times I've been within nature, which is like all the time.
Roll me a history check.
Okay. $11?
With an 11, Stella, this is not completely unheard of. You've definitely seen something akin to this before. You have seen the sky flash gold, but remain gold for periods of time during the night when what is known to be as an earthen sky, an earthen star, is hovering close
Fancy.
to the world.
Oh.
Topaz-like gemstones hang within the sky, glimmering like solid gold, twinkling overhead. That's the only type of phenomenon that you have ever seen and that you could place akin to this.
Yeah. And I kind of ponder over the part of their bodies are changing that almost implies that it sounds like it was happening in mass or like just to multiple people at the same time. I think I'm gonna take this journal with me too.
All right, you take the journal with you. This journal, on the cover, almost imprinted into the leather, is a diary of a fallen ranger. That's not imprinted, but it's called Dutro Hober. Or Dutaro. So that's DUTTAROHULBR.
Okay.
You can add that journal to your inventory.
Ooh, journal.
This is quite interesting.
Hmm? What is?
This journal, it's describing a type of phenomenon that I think I've seen before. Or at least something similar. But it also says a detail about their bodies changing. They're like multiple people.
Creepy.
Yeah. I really want to know what this means.
So this is what Arcos means when they calls you guys nerds.
Huh?
What?
I'm not like one of those nerds, but
You sure?
I genuinely start thinking for a second.
As you start to ponder, you hear a loud bang echo through the tree.
Oh,
I look around panicked.
You just see a Grim has busted down a door.
Oh,
another?
goodness.
And he walks inwards.
Oh,
Oh,
Grim, come back.
did you find anything? I start following along.
Grim. I follow behind.
You guys ruffle through the decayed grasses or leaves that have fallen into this barrack. Behind these double doors, something seems to clearly open up. A private room. A large bed is sprawled out in the middle of the room. The sheets pristinely folded on the top of the bed and covered in layers of dust. The blinds of the room are drawn open, and stagnant air teems with a different type of stench. Flecks of dust glimmering within the window's light.
Oh. How big is this room?
It's pretty damn big. It's almost like a master bedroom.
Oh.
Whoever stayed here was marginally important.
The priest.
Presumably. The priest. No, I think the priest probably stayed in the church. I think so. Probably. You never know.
There were beds in
I mean,
there.
my priest had a
Yeah,
whole
and the diary was
underground
there.
area.
The diary and the bed were there.
True, yeah. Um. Does this room have any like shelving or like any drawers or anything?
Yeah, you see a couple of small cabinets by the bedside. You see there are small trinkets sitting atop their surface. and a desk pressed up beneath a window, and a closet at the back end of the room.
Ooh, trinkets.
Trinkets. Another box. They're my trinkets.
I think I kind of go towards that shelf in particular.
The bedside cabinet with the trinkets, or the
Yes.
desk? Okay. You go towards these cabinets, and you see, Stella, as there is just a similar cloth covering them. It has the same mildew that's engulfing all of the stagnant buildings in the area. Sitting atop of this bedside drawer is a letter, held shut by a paperweight.
Oh. Is there anything written on the letter? Or on, like...
On the surface of it,
Yeah.
you see that there is a stamp, sealed with a wax symbol of a heart. It is cracked open, though. It is very clearly opened before.
Oh.
It's just held shut because of the paperweight on top.
Part of me feels like maybe I shouldn't read this, but
Read it.
maybe I'll take a little peek.
A little bit. Just a little nudge.
You see this letter that is tucked within the confines of the envelope. You pick it out. Within its folds, through the ink, is faded, though the ink is faded and the paper is worn, it is clear that this was a love letter. It seems to be from an
Ooh.
alchemist from within Kojern. And I will send you something that you can read aloud.
My love, though this letter may not reach your eyes, this ailment has ravaged our halls and driven many to the brink of insanity. That peace we had, it's all fallen to naught. Lady Luxra fled the halls. We studied the ongoings of this ailment. It is all for naught. If you are still alive, please hurry to the halls. I feel the churning of my very soul. I need you, my truest flame, to at least die in your arms. Your favorite Perry.
And as you finish reading that letter, as those words linger on your lips, Stella, that is where we'll be ending today's session.
Oh.
No!